and we can get all of this started, because I'm ready to look at it again. And okay, so Doc is here to introduce our guest for this evening, which is well, let me just introduce Doc. Doc is our mentor and our leader, and our person who is always moaning for love.
Moan for love. Oh my gosh, did you hear that? Did you hear? Woo, that boy.
Stop moaning, please.
Moanings and groanings that cannot be uttered. That's what the book talked about. That's what it said.
It didn't have anything to do with Al Green, okay?
I love me some Reverend Al Green. All right. Are you ready, Queen, for me to take things over?
Yes, Doc.
Okay.
It is in your
All right. All right. Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we're having a ball, just having a lot of fun. Life is really, really good. I trust that everyone has had a great part of your week. Couple of announcements, and then we'll bring on a very special guest. Tomorrow night, we'll only have one webinar. I have some parental duties. My daughter has a big shindig at her school. So we won't have the Digi Basics webinar tomorrow night that we typically have at 8 p.m. However, we still will have our lab webinar on tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. New York time. And we're not there yet, but we do appear, if the market can continue its march, we do appear to be getting close to a buy on Bitcoin. Not to put a whole bunch of stuff in front of your face, but those of you who've been coming on to the labs, you know, we've drawn all these lines of support and resistance. And Danielle, that's what we did right today. This right here, it got close to this point, and then it decided to come back. So hopefully we can push past that point and start to move forward. Many of you are sitting on the sidelines, and you've some of you, at least, are sitting on the sidelines, and you've not been impacted by this latest leg down of Bitcoin. We're not ready for a buy just yet, but hopefully we will soon. Also, real quickly, we vowed to you that going forward, we will always focus on the main thing in terms of getting you to Digi Millionaire status. The main thing is to help you build your own Digi portfolio that you own, you control, not giving your money to a third-party system. And so I just want to refresh you again. Even though the market's been down, it's considerably up from this time on last year. The last time we updated our big board chart to look at some of the top assets from the previous year was just back on March the 3rd, just a few days ago. Now, here's why what Dan's going to talk about is so important. All right. So just a few weeks ago, Bitcoin was going for $11,000, almost $11,500. Now, we called on February 22nd that we felt like Bitcoin for the foreseeable future was going to go down. You might want to move some assets over to cash to wait things out as the market went down. Right now, Bitcoin is going for 8,800. So the reason that we are aligning, one of the reasons we're aligning with NetQube, is to put our folks in a position where they can start to generate some cash flow so that we can take advantage of these discounts in the market. The Bitcoin is at a discount. Ethereum is at a discount. Cardano last week was at 14 cents. Now she's up to 21 cents, but she's still at a discount. And so we want to position our audience with very little risk, very little financial risk, position you so that you can start generating some additional revenue, so that with that additional revenue, you can have a more of a Digi portfolio or coin portfolio budget to take advantage of these downdrafts in the market, because ultimately the markets will go back up. We just don't know when. It was about this time last year that we started to see the markets make a big move from about March to the first to June on the altcoin space. Not saying that's going to happen, you know, this year, but it very well could. and we want to position you. So with that being said, I want to introduce, many of you were on the webinar a few weeks ago when we had NetQube come aboard, and you heard the heart and the passion of the CEO, and I pray that you captured his spirit. This guy is, he loves people. This guy loves people. And, you know, all through, you know, what we were dealing with over the past really couple of months in terms of some health challenges with our family, he was constantly texting me, not about business, but, you know, how's your wife? And boy, he sent me something the other day, Queen. He sent me a video, and I watched it and I sent it on to my wife. And when I went downstairs, she was in tears because of the video that he sent. It was such a powerful message. That's the type of person I want to do business with. That's the type of person I'll get into a foxhole with. Someone that it's not just about, you know, yeah, we all want to make money. All right. And he's going to talk about that tonight. But I want to know that the person that I'm associated with is a real person. They're not going to run away. They're going to be here. They're a person of integrity and character. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Dan Wolfanger. I'm going to give, Dan, are you ready for me to for me to send you the screen, sir?
You know, yeah, Doc, I actually, I don't have the slides in front of me. I wanted to bring up this PowerPoint, and I deeply apologize that something came up, brother, and I had to leave the office. So I hope that doesn't mess things up. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. So you're not at a place where you can send me the slides and I can put them up on my screen?
Yes. You know what? If you want to give me 1 second, I can make that happen.
Okay. All right. Now don't text it to me because I don't know how to pull that off. You know,
yeah,
you're not a techie. If you'd email it to me. Hopefully it's not too big for you to send via email.
Let me try this and we'll see.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, you guys.
That's okay. That's okay. Let me see if I can pull it up on. So bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with us. Bear with us. I saw some slides. I think you did a training on Saturday, I believe it was, and I caught the recording, and that blew me away.
Oh, wow. Brother, I am so sorry. Let me hang tight, everybody. Thank you for your patience.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, you let me know when you've sent that. I've got my other screen up, so I will.
Okay.
I can fill some time until you're ready for that.
Okay.
You got it?
You want to text over to me the email you want
gotcha,
me to send this to?
Sure. Give me a moment.
Or you could, okay. You know what? Now I won't be able to pull it up. Oh, this is frustrating. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Give me just a moment. Give me just a moment.
This is called real life.
Yeah. Frustrating.
All right, I just texted that to you. Hey, Queen, while we're waiting on that, so tell us. I mean, you seem like your vision got stretched. What was it that stretched your vision on the webinar last night?
The number of cubes, and then what you could earn with those cubes, and then when you earn those cubes, what they were giving away. And not just something that they're going to lease it for you, and then when you lose, when you don't make it the next month, then they take it back, or they take the money back, and then you have to pay it yourself.
Oh, you're talking about like on the car bonus?
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah,
instead of just a car bonus, you get the car.
Yeah, those car bonuses, when companies do a car bonus and they're paying you $300 a month or $500 a month. That gets a lot of people in trouble. I won't mention the name of the company, but there was a weight loss company that did. They had a big car promotion, and a lot of people got the cars. But then, you know, if business slowed down or people lost the weight they needed to lose, and so they got off of auto ship, and all of a sudden the person who had the car now had this bill if they weren't able to keep the same rank. So that typically has been the issue with companies that do give car bonuses. They give you a certain amount per month. You go out and get the car. I remember, Queen, we got a car bonus with a particular company, and you know, you had to go get a car. That was their promotion. You know, you had to go get a car. They take a picture of you with the car. That becomes a part of the, you know, the company promoting, you know, the product or service and what have you. And but again, if you don't keep that rank or you lose some of your volume, you wind up having a car payment, which is not a good thing. So yeah, with NetQube, when you hit that car, it's yours. Okay, Dan, looks like Julie's sending me something. I wonder if that...
Yeah, it's a big file. And I so apologize to your team here, Doc and Queen. I really thought that I would be able to access this and be able to go over at least a couple slides. I know that I can walk people through it. I know a picture really helps spell it out a whole lot better.
All right, give me just a moment. This may...
If the file's too big, what I can do is I can I can share a Google Doc with you, and then you can just open it from there and show it. That'd probably be pretty... Okay, good.
Hey, what about the... she just sent me...
Okay.
Julie just sent
me... You really
me...
only need the slides that show the compensation, really, and that's only about 8 of them.
All right, is that... the compensation, is that anything differently from the PDF file that shows the whole plan, the opportunity presentation? It's the same?
No, it's the same. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, hold on.
Okay.
Now, are you at your email?
Yes, I can access my email. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to forward what Julie just sent to me because she just sent me that file, and you should be able to pull it down on that side. That way, you can still control it because you know what you would want. So give me just a moment.
Okay. Yeah, if that doesn't work, you can just move the slides as we talk. But yeah, we'll see if we can do that. Sure. Thank you guys for your patience. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, I just sent it to you, so it should be on its way to you. Thank you, Julie. By the way, for those of you who may not be aware, Julie is actually my referrer, my sponsor in NetQube. Julie, Dan, and I have been involved in somehow connected in business for several years now.
Okay.
You got it?
Here we go.
You got it?
I do, sir.
All right, so I'm going to give you the, well, what just happened? Queen, do you see Dan there to give the controls to? I don't see him.
Give me a moment. I wasn't in there looking.
I can see your screen.
Why don't I see you?
Oh, yes, he's here.
What the heck?
Oh, but you know what? Well, he still should. Panelists can present, right?
Yeah.
Should I hit the screen button?
No, it just says organizer.
Okay, should I hit where it says screen? Should I hit that?
Hit that and let's see what happens. I see him on my other one. I just don't see him on this one. The one that I have control.
I see him as a panelist.
What the heck?
When I do the drop down, though, I don't see him.
All right, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize for the. All right, let's see if we can do it over on this side. Hold on, let's see.
I hit the screen tab, guys. It doesn't come up. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Because your name is not showing in the drop down.
But Doc, if you want to just show the slides, we can. I can say move to the next one, and we can talk. We can do it that way.
Okay. All right. That's what we'll have to do. All right. So bear with us.
Yeah, that's good.
I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen.
ladies and gentlemen, we do not have to be perfect. And make it work, okay?
Thank God.
This shows you that anybody can do this job over here.
Oh, Lord.
All right, we're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Download complete. All right, all right. All right, Quinn, can you see the screen where we've changed over to NetQube?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes,
fantastic. I can. Okay, all right. So now, listen, I'm going to make the assumption that those of you that are on here, hopefully you were either on the last webinar where we had Dan and we had John, the Chief Technology Officer, or you watched the recording. If you did not, hopefully we'll be able to get you caught up. Hey, Dan, before you go into the compensation plan,
yes, sir.
I see some big names here. Would you explain this to me?
Yeah, sure. So what we've been doing the last probably 6 months or longer is moving forward in contractual arrangements with some really, really big companies. We've got about 450 now. Agreements with different product suppliers, different offer suppliers, different tasks that we call them. There's such a variety of activities that any given company is providing for us. Like Airbnb is one of them. That we have a contractual agreement with them. I won't go into what that means to everybody here, but we can do that at any given time. Lending Tree, these are just a few. Sandals Resorts. Foot Locker, NFL Shop. Oh my gosh, the list goes on. Lending Tree is the largest mortgage lender in the U.S. Nutrisystem. There's just many different products and services and offers that we have with companies that are supplying the product, supplying the service, supplying the mechanism, whatever that might be, and it's all commissionable. So. And we state exactly what it is, how much money that it generates, how much of a cube or how many cubes any certain task, function, offer, activity will produce inside of our back office. So like Vroom.com, they're the largest online car dealership. These are used cars, but they're new used. Go to Vroom.com, check it out. It's the coolest way to buy a vehicle, and I won't go into the detail there, but you have to be approved of these guys, right? So they want to know about you. They want to know that you're a real company, and you're incorporated, and they want to know your marketing system. They want to know your business plan, price points. And they want to know all these things. And so we've worked very, very hard, many hours in partnering with these people. We don't want it to be a money grab on our end against them. We want it to be a partnership, right? Where they win, we win. So we offer something of value. They win because they supply. And in many instances, it's kind of like Walmart. You walk into Walmart, and there's over 400,000 different products inside of any given Walmart, right? Same could be said when you go into a Lowe's, a Home Depot, or a company like that. So they don't really own anything or manufacture anything. They just make it convenient for people to come in the stores, buy what they want, and go out. Well, in a sense, we do that here as well. So we have many different vendors and suppliers. We also have proprietary things that are very only exclusive through NetQube. But the offers and all of the content is all from just a handful of the companies that you see on the screen, AT&T, Verizon, and the list goes on. So we bring them front and center. But what's great about this, Doc, is that we're able to help people monetize with these companies where they weren't able to do that before.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That does. So let's go with Airbnb for just a moment, okay? Because my family were taking a trip and we were going to use Airbnb for the first time. So these are products and services that people and brand names that people are already familiar with.
That's right.
And if either we as affiliates and customers and members, I'm not sure the exact terminology that we use here. If we use these products and services, that we would be spending money with these brands anyway. We're not suggesting that people go out and just spend money that they weren't already spending, But if we just reallocate the dollars that we're already spending, and we go through NetQube first to see what products and services are available, do we make money from that activity? Does that help us with something called cubes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it certainly does. The great thing about this, though, Doc, is that nobody ever has to buy anything ever to qualify for anything. It's just if there's something you see that has value, that meets your approval, and if you want it, yes, I think there's going to be a lot of internal consumption here, but that is optional, right? If you see something, there's so many offers here, Doc, that I'm seeing, like, oh, well, I want that. I didn't even know you could do that. Wow, like, here I am, like, just like, I've got like 7 or 8 things lined up that when they get turned on, I'm going right to them. You know, just because it's stuff that I'm already buying or I would like to buy, or I didn't know that offer existed. And so the internal consumption, yes, that will help, that will build cubes, right? And it will create revenue for you and for your team and in your organization. But nothing is ever required for anybody to buy anything ever. So there are offers that we can bring to the marketplace. And if they decide to see something that they like, that we like, that they don't like what we like, but they like what we don't like, vice versa. All of that generates revenue, that generates cubes, that generates commissions. So I want to make that real clear that no one ever has to purchase anything here to make this system literally scream with revenue into your bank account. Does that make sense?
Man, yeah. I didn't know these are huge names. Now I saw this on the PowerPoint, so I knew this, but in just having you and John on, you know, a couple of weeks ago, if you said that didn't connect, that's connecting now. Yeah. Now. Right. So most Joe average, Sue average, okay. If I'm understanding correctly, one of the things that you guys are doing from the NetQube standpoint is we'll be able to go into our back office. And again, I know right now we're just placing. We're not at this point yet, but this is where we're going. We'll be able to go into our back offices, and let's say there's an Airbnb offer or a lending tree offer or what have you. We'll be able to go in our back office, and there'll be some type of, for lack of a better word, copy and paste type advertisement that we could post in email or text or Facebook or what have you, that if somebody in our following clicks and does something, that generates a cube or revenue or what have you. Is that correct? So that Joe Average doesn't have to figure out how to market it?
Yeah, it's even easier than that. There's no copying and pasting, which is a good analogy though. But it's like the research pods is where all the offers, product, everything is going to be there. So you click on it. Let's say it's travel. I don't know what category we would put Airbnb. It could be a services related tab, right? You're going to click on that, and then you're going to see Airbnb. You go, I know somebody that, or you may not know anybody, but it's going to give you the option. Yes, ooh, that's really cool. I like that. So you can click on it, and then once you click on the image, the graphics and the digital imagery and the video that's in it or may not be in it, it's all pre-vetted, pre-done, pre-written. So you look inside, Airbnb. Yes, you click on it. Then once you click on the image, the system is going to say, okay, Doc, where do you want to send this? Do you want to send it in a text to one person or to a list? Do you want to send it in one email to 100 emails, to however many emails you're capable of sending? Do you want to send it to your timeline on your Facebook page? Do you want to drop it into a fan page where travel is hot, or where, whatever? We were talking about pet products today. Mm-hmm. Could you imagine taking an offer that we have and dropping that inside a fan page that has to do with animals and pets, and it's pet related? Wow. I mean, that's kind of like, that's really targeted there. So you click on the image, it's going to ask you what you want to do with it. Text, email, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instagram. What do you want to do with it? You say, okay, I want to email it, or I want to text it, right? Well, the app is going to sync with your contacts, and it's going to pull up all the contacts that you have. Okay, now who do you want to send it to? You want to send it to a bunch of people or just one? Or whatever. So it gives you the option to send that advertisement or that pre-vetted offer wherever you want.
Wow.
Anytime you want. Yeah. But here's what's crazy. So if somebody, like, let's say the Airbnb, You send that to somebody, and how that works, you guys, I'm not 100% certain how it works, but I think I've got an idea. If somebody fills out an application to be an Airbnb
a host
agent, let's say, or host, correct, then there's commission that's earned just for them filling out. If they get approved, there's another back-end commission that you make just from that one. Hey, do you ever consider Airbnb in your boat, your RV, your house? Oh, wow. And if they do, well, there's money to be made. Well, the thing is, people are doing this all over the world. Why would we not think that they would do it when they see it from you? And the good thing about seeing it from us is that we're just recommending. We're just referring it. So we said this the other day, Doc, that when people feel like they're being sold, they don't spend.
Okay.
But when they don't feel like they're being sold, they spend every dollar that they have. I mean, most Americans live right at the edge of their wallet, and we're living a lot of times a lifestyle that we probably can't afford, but because of debt and borrowing and so on, we're able to extend our lifestyle a little bit. But in the end, it usually doesn't serve us well. But my point is that in this platform, that you're making a recommendation. You're making a referral. You're not selling anything. You don't have to know anything about Airbnb.
Wow.
You don't have to know anything about any of the products. You can, and there's so many other things other than doing what we're just talking about. But this is one segment inside of the NetQube back office that you can make offers to. Like I saw one the other day, and it was for some razors. Right? And so I just wait a minute. I just went to probably the cheapest outlet you can find, which is Walmart, to get these razors, and I can get more through this offer than I could at probably the lowest retailer, outlet place in the world. Walmart. Oh, you got to be. I'm in, man. When can I get those? Right?
So stop there for just a moment. I want to make sure we're getting that. So something like that. I'm going to buy razors anyway, but now, once and I know this is still a work in progress in terms of loading up all the offers and what have you. But once those offers start coming in, I'm going to get razors anyway. I'm going to be able to go through NetQube. And if I want to get those razors from my NetQube back office, I'm going to be able to do that. And somehow that's going to somehow go into the compensation plan, which you're going to go into at some point. But the thing is, this is not your traditional network marketing company where I'm in nutrition and all we have are nutritional products, or I'm in weight loss and all we have are weight loss products. Sounds like what you've done is you've taken like the affiliate model where there's this couple. They're not husband, wife, boyfriend, and girlfriend. They're a business couple. And I always thought that affiliate marketing and network marketing were the same. And I found out from them that it wasn't. They were affiliate marketers. They weren't building a team of any sort. They were just promoting specific offers. And they were promoting primarily weight loss offers. They could have promoted anything. But what would happen, Dan, is they would make money by someone simply filling out a form, and the person filling out the form would get a free sample of this particular weight loss product. And they would make like $50 or something like that for just getting someone to fill out that form. Sounds like to me what you're doing at NetQube, or what we're doing at NetQube, is you've got all of these affiliated offers, bring it into the NetQube family, and then when someone out there, whether it is a member of NetQube, or I don't know what we call what do we call a rep?
Brand advocates. So
okay.
They're going to be an advocate for any given brand.
Okay.
So brand advocates. Yeah.
So whether it is a brand advocate, all right, that would be the person who has done the $199 a year, and they're looking to build some type of income, not necessarily recruiting, but that could include recruiting. They're looking to build some type of income through NetQube. So whether it's a brand advocate taking advantage of one of the offers, or someone that may be in our Facebook following or what have you, that's going to generate some type of commissionable event. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Wow.
And you can even take it further. I think we alluded to this the last time, Doc, we were on your call.
Uh-oh, I lost you. If you can hear me, I can't hear you. Dan, if you can hear me.
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay. There we are. You said we alluded to it the last time on the call, and then that's where we lost you. Well, that's at least where I lost you.
Yeah. So if you share the Airbnb offer with somebody, wherever, it could be you text it to someone.
Okay.
And then they share it with somebody, and both of those people, let's say, fill out the application. You're going to make 2 sales, but you only shared it with one, but they referred it to someone else. Hey, I'm using Airbnb, man. When I'm down here in Florida, during the winter, I'm going to Airbnb my house up north, or their beach house, or whatever it might be. If they begin to share it with others, and people do this a lot, then it's just like you shared it, because they're not coded to the pay plan, but you are. So if they share it, and one person can share it with 100 people, or they can share it with 2, and those 2 share it with...
So, okay, let me repeat what I think I just heard.
Okay.
All right. So I'm a brand advocate. One, I share one of these offers with someone in my audience. They're not in NetQube. They're not a brand advocate. All right. And when I say my audience, it could be someone following, Facebook, Twitter, what have you. All right. I share an offer. They like the offer and they retweet it, or they, it winds up being on their timeline now, or what have you. And then somebody sees it that has nothing to do, I don't even know them, but they click onto whatever the for lack of a better word, the advertisement happened to be. They like it, they take advantage of it, what have you. Because the person I originally shared it with is not a brand advocate, if they happen to retweet it or what have you, and somebody else buys or does something that would create a commission, I'd get credit for that.
Yeah, you get full credit for it. That's correct.
Kick butt, man.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And here's the thing. We do this stuff all the time. Look, what I was saying earlier was when people feel like they're threatened to buy, they don't. When they don't feel like they're threatened to buy, they spend all the money in the world. And there's a trigger mechanism in people. That's why we've done a lot of due diligence. I'm not an expert, but I'm taking the expert's advice when I make this statement. That's why advertisers use comedy, children, animals, crazy stuff. They use sensuality. We all know, right? The more clothes people can take off. Ooh, what is that? But they use all that stuff because what it does is they don't want you to think about the fact that really they have their hand on your wallet. They want you to buy their stuff, but they don't really want you to think it. So they're trying to trigger that mechanism in you to where they can loosen you up, make it funny, and then they want you to spend money with them. We do just the opposite. We're going to refer something to you. We're going to recommend something to you if it meets with your approval. If you don't like razors, you use electric. I hate razors that you put on your women shave their legs and men shave their face or whatever, right? I've used an electric razor. Okay, well, then don't promote the razor offer. So what it does, it keeps the integrity of you and who you are intact. Where, you don't have to promote something you don't like. I hate dogs. Okay, well, don't promote dog food and dog food. Me, I love dogs. I'm a dog lover. I love cats, dogs. I love animals. I just love them because they're so dependent on us, man. And it's really amazing relationship. But anyway, so when you're referring, it's genuine. When you're recommending, it's genuine, right? You love the product. You like it. You may be using it yourself. Like, Doc, I got to share this with you. We're getting ready to onboard, at least it appears to this point, an individual's product. He was the world champion barbecue sauce marinade guy in the entire world champion. We're going to bring his products in here. That's one of the products that I'm going to buy.
Barbecue sauce.
Oh, I love it. I love that stuff. We all.
Oh man, some barbecue sauce. Hey, you got barbecue sauce? Can you get me some hot sauce? Because I know Uncle Roo down there in Atlanta. He'll buy a whole bunch of hot sauce. Barbecue sauce, man. Are you serious?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? So watch this stuff. So if you like this stuff, they're telling me the reorder rates are insane. Well, if you, Doc, I'm not in NetQube, I could be. It doesn't matter. If I'm in NetQube and in your group, then when I buy it, you're going to make money too, which is cool. However, let's say I'm your neighbor and I keep buying this stuff. You're making a sale from your neighbor over and over and over and over. He gets talking with his buddies. Man, I got the best barbecue sauce in the world, man. Here's what it's called, man. And so those people order, hey, send me the link. Send me I'll send you the same offer I had. Boom. They buy it. So it could be a consumable, a reorder, or it could be a one-time order. But Yeah, so, but anyway, we're making a recommendation. We're making a referral. So the trigger point in purchasing is when if people like a product and they don't feel like they're being sold, they will usually buy it. Now, if it's within their budget, and,
Sure,
there's all those things together. But it's a very, very unique. So the research pod technology allows us to onboard those products and services where the individual brand advocate is going to get credit, and that coding is going to follow that offer wherever they go, literally around the world, that's why people in other countries can offer products here in the United States. Let's say it's just shipped in the United States, but you have somebody that wants to buy it in the United States. You could live in Nigeria. You're going to get paid.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is remarkable.
Okay. All right. So you see the screen. Tell me where you want to go here, and hopefully, let me stop real quickly. In your questions box, if you just got a bigger picture of NetQube, just from that conversation that we've just had, put bigger picture. Put BP in your questions box. I just got a bigger picture. Wow, that's a huge picture. My gosh, you have a product or service that could go viral.
BP. That's BP.
Is that what I said? or barbecue. You got me hungry now. All right, what do you?
People are not going to stop spending money. All you're doing is saying, "Hey, does this interest you?" Yeah. So I don't have to learn anything about Airbnb. I don't have to know anything about Lending Tree. I don't need to know anything about barbecue sauce. The inside of the offer is going to tell you everything you need to know. If you like it, there you go. And that's just one concept, so to speak, inside of NetQube. There's so much more than just this particular concept.
All right. So, what do you want me to go in the as it relates to the PowerPoint?
Okay, brother, wherever you want to go. If you want to talk about that more, we can. Or if you want to move into how do we make money?
Okay.
People want to see.
All right. Now,
whatever.
I know some of our folks are going to say, "Hey, I've seen this watch videos and play video games and download apps from a previous venture that never quite fulfilled." Are people going to make a lot of money doing this, or is this just like ancillary stuff?
Yeah. No, they won't. Here's what's good about the platform, you guys, is that you will see right next to that image, it'll tell you how much of a cube, what percentage, or how many cubes any specific offer will pay you. There's just not a lot of money in this kind of stuff. However, we are uncovering some things that I'll just tell you, I probably should, so don't hold me to it. We're negotiating right now with a company, with an entity out there, and you have no idea who they are. It's interesting how all this came about. However, you can literally click on an offer, and you watch anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes of a video that they want you to watch. You answer 5 to 7 questions at the end, and you make $25. I'm looking at this. I'm like, well, wait. I'm talking with Tina. Tina's the director of business development. So, Tina, you got to tell me that again. You mean to tell me that people can click here, spend 15 to 20 minutes watching a video, answer 5 to 7 questions when they're done, and they make $25? She said, that's correct.
That's not shabby at all.
No. I mean, okay, so what if you did two of them in an hour? You made $50 in an hour? I don't know. A lot of people are making that at the job. And if can you do that for 8 hours? Maybe, if your eyeballs don't fall out of your head, I don't know. But what if you did? What if you did that for a couple hours and you made $100? Oh, and that's just one aspect of you don't have to talk to anybody. You don't have to post anything. You don't have to share anything. It's just a task-oriented offer that you can do that'll make you some money. You want to make. There was a guy who talked to you the other day. He said, Dan, if I could just make an extra $100 a week so I can take my wife out to eat after church on Sunday. Man, my heart broke for that dude. I'm like, brother, there's no doubt you can do that here without talking to anybody in the process.
Wow.
So think about that and what that means to him. But again, when you think of the leverage component, what if you had a couple thousand people doing that once a day in your group? They just did one 15 to 20 minute video. Well, that's a cube that was generated because $20 generates a cube. The other $5 goes toward the second cube that you're building. and you just made $1. So if 1,000 people did just that activity in a day, that's, you know the math. That's 30 grand you make in a month from one person every day, spending 15 to 20 minutes watching a video that doesn't take any effort.
Okay, so you've mentioned a couple things here, and let's make sure we break this down, because we've got, I'm sure, some folks here that weren't here the first time that we did the webinar, or maybe that, like me, every time I hear you talk about it, now my vision gets bigger for what NetQube, just NetQube itself. I mean, I originally wanted to be a part of NetQube because of being able to bring Digi Millionaires into the NetQube family. Now the marketing part of me, as I'm hearing this, is saying, yeah, we're going to continue to do that, but my gosh, it looks like there's a lot of other opportunities that I wasn't really aware of. What is a cube? What do you mean by cube? And is there a PowerPoint here that I need to go to?
You know, this is the older one. We have it a little more defined in the other one that I can send to you. But I think I can explain it. So a cube is generated when $20 of commissions is created. For example, watch a 15-minute, 20-minute video, answer the questions. The questions aren't right or wrong. You just answer them, and they're going to pay you. So let's say you watched one video and it paid $25. You just generated a cube. Or you could watch a video and it paid $5, and you could click on something else, maybe download an app, and that paid $2. Or you could, you know, the tasks are so various, and the commissions per task vary from next to nothing, which are those things where you can make pennies. We debated on where we were going to even offer that kind of stuff, but I don't. You know, there's other things that are going to be easier and going to make a whole lot of money, but it will be there for people who want to start their doodle run. But any activity creates revenue, and depending on what that activity is, depends on how much revenue is created. All of that combined creates $20 in revenue that creates a cube. When you trigger $20 of commissions from your activities, that creates a cube, which has generated $20, $10 to the person who created it, and then $10 goes into the 3-wide, 10-deep team structure. So every cube that you see in your organization is going to pay you never, ever, ever less than $1.
Awesome.
Does that make sense?
It does, and I think Beth sent me over. This is this the newer PowerPoint here?
I think it is.
Okay.
Maybe so. If you, yep, I think it is. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So for instance, okay. All right. So here you've got. I don't know if there's a. I don't know how I make this bigger. Let's give me a moment. Okay.
Oh, beautiful. There you go.
Whoops. So here.
Okay.
Let's say somebody does a survey and it says pays $2 towards your cube and pays $3.50 just for signing up. All right. So as an example, this means what?
That means that you just created. Let's just say it was, just to be simple. Let's say it pays $2 and $3. Just take the 50 cents out. Keep it simple. So if you did that, that's $5 toward creating a $20 cube.
Okay, all right. So a cube is it creates $20 in commissions. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
$10 goes to you.
Okay.
$10 goes into the team.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So if I was the person that did this survey, this would be $2 towards this is basically 1/10 of a cube. Is that right? If I did that survey myself? Okay.
That's great. If you did 10 of those, you just made a cube.
Gotcha. Okay. So if I did 10 of these surveys times 2, that's $20. I just created a cube, or I just earned a cube, or what have you. I would make $20 for doing that particular task-oriented event. And then NetQube would put how much into the rest of the compensation plan?
So what happens is that $20 were generated, you get 50% of that. So you keep $10.
Okay.
And we take the other 10 and we put that into the 3x10 team structure.
Gotcha. Okay. So we've got things like this. Let's see what else we have here.
It's almost endless.
Okay. So you can get cubes for downloading
yeah,
stuff.
right. You can watch videos. You can click on things. You can take surveys. You can take the barbecue sauce and post it on Facebook or send it to a friend or your neighbor that loves to barbecue or whatever. Right? So many different components here. Has a dollar value in commission added, generated or attached to it. And when $20 is generated, you make a cube. For example, if I'm in your group, Doc, and I purchase a car through Vroom, which I'm getting ready to do, by the way, that I think pays eight or nine cubes.
That one activity pays 8 or 9 cubes.
Yes, correct. So if I buy a car through Vroom.com, in your group, but I just created anywhere from 8 to 9 to 10 cubes, however much it creates in your organization. So I made you $10 basically from every cube that I created. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now where do I need to go here? This is the first time I've seen this. Okay. Thanks, Beth, for sending this. I appreciate that.
Yeah. These are just some other examples. We have a platform that a company that has a software development platform that has to do with artificial intelligence, software that helps cars drive by themselves, software that helps automate businesses, make them the return on their investment or their profitability higher, makes their system efficient, makes their operations quicker, faster. It can reduce overhead dramatically. And there's millions of companies all over the world that need this company. A lot of them don't even know that they can apply it to their business to save themselves money. So anybody that's in business, could you imagine taking something like this and dropping it into a fan page where it's business related? And people start getting exposed. Wow, I didn't know I could do that. And we list the companies that would benefit from this, and no project's too small, no project's too big, and they engage with this company. These guys just took on a project. It was a $5 million a year for 5 years. $5 million a year for 5 years with a company that's engaged this company to do the artificial intelligence, software, automation, robotics kind of stuff for their company. You have no idea who might land on that and say, man, I was looking at something like that. I need to explore that. Right. So the reason we put this here is because we want to let people know that the diversity of tasks in the back office are from one end of the spectrum to the other. You choose what you like. You're going to know what percentage of a commission it pays. And you're going to know before you start something, not only that, but when it pays, what percentage of a cube or how many cubes it pays you. This doesn't pay much. I'm not going to do this. And not only that, Doc, inside of each research pod technology, you're familiar with this, we're going to have what's called a community surfboard. So for every research pod, let's say we have a travel research pod, and inside of that research pod, there's a bunch of offers. Well, inside there, we're going to have a community surfboard where people are going to be able to talk and chatter. I've done this and I got this. Man, I did this and this.
Wow. Okay.
There's going to be some analytics and some conversation. I did this one. It stunk, guys. Don't do this. We're not afraid of that. We want to know what's working, man. So you'll get a little idea. Well, if Doc did this and made this, maybe I can do the same thing.
Gotcha.
You probably can. So that's going to help people decide on what they want to do as well. It's an indicator of what works and what doesn't. Yeah.
Hey, I know we got to get into the actual comp. I'm loving this conversation because it's stretching my vision. But I've heard you talk a lot about NetQube Connect. So I do want you to hit that real quickly, what that means. And then we'll get into the actual numbers and the comp.
Yeah, NetQube Connect, we call it the Uber of telemarketing. And again, you would go into the back office and you would let the system know, yes, Doc wants to take some calls. Now, we can get the phone to ring to you, or you can dial out. Some people love to dial out. I don't necessarily like that. I'd rather have my phone ring. So if my phone rings, ring, ring, you know when your phone rings what it's about. It could be something for life insurance. It could be auto insurance. It could be a mortgage. It could be, the list is endless, right? So your phone rings, and you have a little sentence that you say, hey, thanks for calling. This is Doc. How can I help you today? Hey, Doc, this is Dan. I was calling about this offer that I saw here. Okay, great, man. That's awesome, Dan. Listen, I'm going to connect you with the people who can help you. They're the experts. Hold on just a minute, brother. I'm going to get you some help right now. You press a button like the pound key. You're off the call. That person, me, Dan, is connected with a person who I wanted to talk to begin with. And if I stay on that call for whatever duration of time, and you'll know ahead of time, a 10-second duration might pay $2 or $3. A 30-second duration might pay 10 or 12. And we have them to pay up to $50, or I think it's a 2-minute. If they stay on the phone for 2 minutes, regardless of Dan, who called Doc, buys anything or not, it's all based on a duration of time. They'll pay you that commission, whether that person buys anything from them or not. It's called NetQube Connect. You connect a call, and you get paid. You can connect a call in 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and you go brush your teeth. And if Dan stays on the call for 30 seconds, you just made $8 or $10, depending on what that connect pays. So we beta tested this, you guys. We connected 23,000 calls in 3 hours. We imploded the system. We're like, oh my gosh, man. We got to totally restructure this. And I mean, we just opened up an entire new world. And people can do this from overseas. You have to speak English, but you can connect calls. You can log in from my Aussie mates, right, from Australia or Canada, South America, and Nigeria, places in Africa, the beautiful continent of Africa. It doesn't matter. You can speak English right now, and I think they think we're going to have Spanish as well. But and the website, by the way, will be in Spanish and English when we go live. But you connect to call, you get paid. That's really what that is, and it's absolutely it's amazing. You can do that all day long.
Okay, so we're going to get into we're going to transition into the comp. So
okay.
My focus, for instance, Dan, I'm in the Digi space. I love the Digi space. Yep. That's where I want to focus my efforts and energy. But as I'm building the organization, I'm building a 3x10 matrix. Let's say somebody's on my 6th level and they fall in love with NetQube Connect and how it all works. And boy, they become a NetQube Connect king or queen. They're right. Generating revenue, helping them generate more cubes. They're generating more revenue. But that's also sending revenue up the chain 10 levels. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Wow. Yep. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay, so now...
And that's where the whole leverage component that we'll talk about really gets exciting.
Okay. All right, so let's go to...
Okay. Doc, can I say something real quick?
Yes, sir.
What's powerful about our friendship and our relationship is inside of NetQube, Doc and I have, I think I can speak for you as well, correct me if I'm wrong here, we're going to put together the most incredible, sensible, voice of reason, opportunistic, digital cryptocurrency financial working system I feel that the world has ever seen. We can build it. We will build that. You'll have a guy like Doc who'll be the voice of reason. Stay away from this. We're not going to onboard things unless it makes sense, unless it makes you money, and where your risk is minimized. And if there is risk, obviously, Doc, he lets you know that. Doc, we can build any type of cryptocurrency financial research pod platform that we choose. So this zero loss trading is going to be remarkable. It'll be limited in the beginning, and we won't go into that, but I just wanted to point that out, that that's going to be obviously your... When you look at NetQube and people all over the world are plugging into the research pod technology, and it's got financial on it, whatever we name it, everything financial here is going to go through Doc. Everything. And he has other people that we know, so that we can obviously will communicate with. But the final say is going to go through Doc because he cares about his people. He understands this space, and he can get the information he needs to make the best decision that's going to affect you, everybody here, in a positive sense. And I'm as excited about that as anything, Doc. I just want to throw that out there.
Well, and I appreciate that, Dan, and I appreciate that opportunity. As an example, Dan, you sent me something the other day that you wanted me to take a look at, and I've been testing it. And I'm glad I've tested it, because there's no way I'd want to bring this to our folks. Not my folks, not NetQube folks, because this just to let you know, this was a Forex trading platform, And I started off with a demo account, and they were talking about how great this Forex trader was. And in my demo account, I went from $10,000 to like $6,000 in 2 days. So nope. Nope. That won't be in NetQube.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to the comp plan here. All right. Let's see here. You tell me. Okay.
Yeah, we talked about the cubes. You probably go to the next slide.
Okay.
I think that we can. Yeah, I think. Yeah. So,
yeah. Okay. All right.
So, God, this is real self-explanatory, but there is referral commissions that are earned when you refer a cloud seat license to somebody. It's $199.95 one time a year, and there's no monthly auto ship. There's no monthly expense at all, and when you do that, you'll earn $25. Every person that you refer, $199 cloud seat software license. That's what we're offering. You make $25. But we're going to incentivize people if they want to stretch it a little bit. If you enroll 4 people in 30 days, you'll make an extra $50. So if you on the chart toward the bottom, it says earnings. 4 within 30 days, you made $150. So at the bottom, you'll see what you've earned based on how many people you enroll. Now, this is for the enrollment. This is for the builder. And you can enroll as many as you'd like. So it's just something for 6 people, 6 sales basically in 60 days. That's 2 months. You'll earn another $50 bonus. So again, if you look at the bottom, you'll earn $250. But if you do 6 and 60, you're going to be what's called a 2-star gold, and that gold label follows you when you hit 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star. If you hit those levels, so that'll be distinguished with different ways we will honor people visibly for their accomplishments. 15 in 120 days, you earn $500 bonus on top of everything else. So if you toward the bottom, 15 people in what is that?
4 months. 15 folks in 4 months. Okay.
Yeah, you'll earn a little under $1,100 by enrolling 15 people. This is just cash upfront money. Say, hey, thank you for stretching and building and sharing with others. 25 in 6 months, or $2,400, and 50 within a year, $6,400 that you would have earned if you do that. You can do that in a day. You can do that in a week, like a particular person has already.
Hey Dan, let me ask you a question here. Let me see if I get this, if I understand this. All right, the 6 and 60. Does that mean if a person does 6 and 60, then thereafter, every 4 new referrals, they will earn an additional $50 bonus?
That's correct, plus $25 from each one.
Okay, so if I'm looking to build, then I want to really concentrate on at least doing the 6 and 60, because now once I've done that, every 4 new folks that I refer that purchases the $199 annual, not only do I get the regular $25, but for every 4 I get an additional $50 bonus. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct. That's with you for forever. Yeah, that's correct.
All right. So this is an incentive for folks to say, okay, I've just gotten started, and let me go on and get my 6 referred, so that I get this additional bonus that follows me every time I bring on another 4. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Now let me ask you this:
Yep.
Has this 6 and 60, has that begun with the folks that have just gotten registered, or does that 6 and 60 start at a future point? When does that start for the folks that are in the system now?
So it starts from the day that they onboard as a brand advocate.
Okay. Okay.
So if they started last week, then they have, 7 weeks.
Okay. So what we want to do from a leadership standpoint is help folks get this 6 and 60.
Yeah, you do.
So that they can. Okay. Gotcha. I just need to know, from a leader standpoint, what do I need to be doing to help people start to maximize the compensation. Now, people don't have to. Ladies and gentlemen, you can do your activities, or you can post the various offers without recruiting. It's just the fact that if you begin to build your team, that's going to generate a lot more revenue, because now you're going to have other folks that are doing their cubes, and that's going to be commissions that's going to rise up to you. Okay. All right. So we need to start working on helping people get their 6 and 60. Okay. All right. Now, whoops. Is that the next one?
It is. Yep. So there's actually 4 ways people can earn money. We've got to change this. First way is if you onboard a product that you referred to NetQube, whatever that is. We have a submission form. You'll see that in the back office here really soon. You're going to click on that form. You fill it out. A lot of times the product owner, or the company owner, or somebody within any given company would fill that out. They send it to us. We start the process of vetting that product as a legitimate offer inside of NetQube. I'll give you an example. Doc, you have a vitamin. You think it's awesome? We think it's awesome. It works. Let's just say, as an example, that for every bottle of vitamins that we sell, that everybody inside of NetQube sells, because we've onboarded that product, but you referred that product to us, then you will have a royalty paid to you from every single bottle that's sold from anybody in NetQube, not just your organization, but the entire network global community. Every time that's sold, you will get paid. Let's just say, as an example, that we agree that you'll make $5 per bottle. 10,000 bottles were sold in that month. You just made $50,000 plus whatever you're earning in referral commissions and the 3x10 team structure. See, the reason we wanted to do that, because there may be people out there that they're not great recruiters, great, on that side of the spectrum. But you know what? They just might know somebody or a product that we could bring into NetQube where everybody can have the ability to, yay or nay, move it in the marketplace or not, right? But that gives that person the ability to monetize with the relationship that they might have with any given product inside of the NetQube platform. They could make more money than the top recruiter in this entire company, because they may have brought a product to us that the marketplace likes. And every time that product is sold, they would make a royalty from it.
Hey, let me stop there, because Queen, there was a product, Dan, that came to a network marketing company. It was a phenomenal product. It was a product that people could apply topically, and it would help them.
Are we talking pain relief?
Huh?
I said, are we talking pain relief?
Yeah. You know the person. You know the creator of that product, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so Dan, here's a situation where here was a product that Queen knows the developer of the product. Phenomenal product. They were looking to bring it into a network marketing company, but that network marketing company didn't last. So you're saying that Queen could go to that developer of that product, since she has a relationship with them, and could potentially submit that into NetQube, and let's say this product starts to move, and because Queen introduced that person to NetQube and NetQube to that person, or what have you, that for every product that is moved through NetQube, in this example, Queen would get some type of royalty or commission, if it was in her organization or not, because she brought the product or the offer to NetQube. Is that what I understood? Did we lose Dan? Hey, Dan.
Well, I don't hear him right this moment.
So sorry, I had a call come in and it bumped me there for a second. Brother, no, that is correct. And so you could go to that product developer and say, hey, your hopes and dreams aren't dashed. We have a way where you can keep your brand alive, get your product in the marketplace, and get paid in the process.
Wow, that's kick butt. Uh-oh, we're losing you. We're losing you. Hey, Queen, you need to be talking to that person.
I was just thinking. I wrote it down. I made some notes.
Dan, if you can hear us, we are. It sounded like you were losing. Wow, that's kick butt.
Yes.
That's kick butt. That's kick butt. I hope some of you know of people, or maybe you've got a product or service. Who knows? Who knows? Wow. So for instance, Queen.
Yes.
Julie is responsible for me knowing anything about NetQube.
Right.
And we'll be bringing Digi Millionaires under the NetQube umbrella. So it sounds like that Julie's going to get, what I don't know. We haven't finalized the numbers just yet, but Julie's going to wind up getting something from every person that ever has a Digi Millionaire membership going through the NetQube brand. Wow, that's cool. That's cool.
I like it.
All right, so let me text Dan.
Dan muted himself, I do believe.
All right, so maybe he had. Okay.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can hear you just fine. Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
Now that's kick butt, man.
Let me share this with you real quick, and I don't know if I should share it here or not, but it's hard for me to keep a secret. So people are asking us, like somebody asked me on Monday, Dan, what is the onboard fee? I knew exactly what he was asking. He was thinking he had to pay $10, $12, $5, $15, $20,000
right.
up front for us to bring on his product. I said, right now, his name is Wayne. He said, Wayne, there's no onboard fee. But let's just say that there was with this product that Queen was referring, just as an example. If it was, I don't know, $10,000, she would get a upfront commission from that as well. And we're not doing that now, but we probably would in the future.
Gotcha.
Because we have big companies looking at this and saying, okay, I'm talking big dollars that they say, listen, I want, like Nike could come in here and say, I want Under Armour and Polo and Tommy Hilfiger and whoever else, FUBU, whatever other products are there. I want them out of the room. Okay. In other words, we wouldn't do that. But my point is, if they would come in and say, listen, we want, we'll give you X amount of dollars for exclusivity here. And there are things that we can do where we won't violate other agreements, but any upfront money does several things. Number one, the person who brought it would get an upfront commission from that. We can take the majority of that revenue, put that back into the building of a cube, and now let's say instead of the same activity producing $20, maybe now it produces $25.
Gotcha.
So we put $1.25 into up 10 levels, and the person building the cube gets $12.50 instead of 10. A lot of things we can do with that. There's other things that we can do. We can do like a push notification, let's say. You know how you have to pay money to get deep into Facebook?
Right.
They say, hey, this for $5,000, here's what we'll do. For $6,000, for $10,000, here's what we'll do. We have 475,000 NetQube members. We don't use it as an example. What do you think somebody that's already inside of NetQube would pay to have us send a message to every single person in NetQube about this topical cream that helps relieve pain? They're all going to see it, every one of them. They can't advance through the back office until they see that offer. And by the way, if they refer it to someone else, Wow is right. So that's all that's tied into the person who brought that product to begin with. And we'll have that contractually written up to where you're protected. I get so tired of people doing things and they get the screws put to them because people are not honorable. A lot of people could bring great products here. They don't really know how to structure themselves to protect themselves. Doc, we're going to make sure that you're protected. Open book accounting, you'll see the sales. They will match up with the agreement that you have signed and we agreed to ahead of time that X amount of dollars are going to get paid to you for every sale. And real simple math, and you're going to get paid on it. And you're going to be protected from that. We don't want, I want people to feel very, very comfortable and confident that if they bring something here that it's going to stand up in court. We're going to protect you. Even if you don't, we're going to.
Wow.
That make sense?
Yeah. Wow. That could be huge for some of you. People. Wow. You've got a product or service, or someone who does. Good grief. And oh my gosh, that could be huge. Okay. All right. All right. So here's the cube. So let's go here.
Okay.
You see that?
Yes. We talked about this. Every cube that's generated, and there's many, many, many activities that create a cube, builds a cube, because every action has a dollar value attached. And when those actions add up to $20, you have built a cube.
Okay. Okay.
So a 15-second connect call could pay 2 cubes for 15 seconds. And then something that might take you 30, 40 minutes to build a cube.
Gotcha.
2 cubes. And there's a variety of things people can do. So when a cube is generated, $20 is created.
Okay.
The person who did it keeps 10. 10 goes into the 3x10.
So a cube is going to generate $20 of commissionable volume. The person who generated the cube is going to get 50% of that, all right, or
That's right.
$10 in this example. And then the other $10 is going to flow through the 3x10. So
That's correct.
If Roy has someone on his 5th level, he's commission qualified there, and they generate 1 cube, Roy's going to make $1 from that 1 cube they generated. That person on the 5th level who he doesn't know, Roy's going to make $1 from the fact that they generated a cube. Is that correct?
That's correct. And see, Doc, here's our goal. We have several. One of them is to offer the brand advocate group, right? Is many different products, offers, services, tasks, click actions, whatever they might be. We want them to be lucrative. We don't want them to take a lot of time, and we want them to be simple. That's the criteria. Some are going to be a little harder than others. It's going to take a little bit longer, and they're not going to pay as much. But we spend thousands and thousands of dollars each month, thousands, close to 20, doing what I just told you. Searching, researching, finding, contracting with people, creating the digital graphics, all of that, so we can continue to onboard, and give everybody here such a variety that they get lost in the variety, right? And then, of course, inside the chat, what we call the surfboards, they can really hone in on what's working and what's not. People are going to start chattering about what they like and what they're doing and what's making money.
Gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's a constant goal.
Go on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay. Then the last thing is we want to take that $10 that pays up 10 levels and the $10 that goes to the person who built it, we want to increase that. And there's ways we can do that. We want to get this thing to where, that instead of $1 going up 10 levels, we want to get it to where it's $2, $2.50, or $1.25, or $1.50, or $4. Right? We want to bring that average up, but it will never, ever be less than $1 for every cube that is generated in your team. So we want to constantly increase the value of what we're doing. There's ways we can do that, and I won't go into that, but let's let people know that that's a major goal for us for the same activity, just going to make more money, because there's going to be more money now in the activity.
Okay. Now, the 15 cubes, it says 15 cubes are required each month except the first month. What does that mean?
Well, we're going to put a requirement, because here's what you do. We want to create a behavior. We want people in the back office building out the cubes, doing the tasks, doing the activities. So we're not going to do that right away, probably for a couple months at least. So there's going to be no requirement. We want you to go in there and doodle around and, get used to things and get acclimated. But then we'll let everybody know ahead of time that, hey, next month, the 15 cube requirement is going to be engaged. And to earn your commissions, you're going to have to build out 15 cubes. But, Doc, look, that's 1 cube every other day.
So now this is where I was saying to our audience, hey, without any team building, $150 to $300 a month, because I knew that 15 cubes was going to be everyone's qualifier to earn in the matrix, right?
Yes.
And so I got a matrix of 1,000 folks, and cubes are being generated. In order for me to tap into the commissions, I need to make sure that I've completed my 15 cubes for the month, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, for my folks that want to build And even those of you who don't even yet know that you want to build, but you'll start seeing that perhaps, and you know that we're never going to over promote any type of spill. But already we just started placement today. We've only placed a few folks, but already, Queen, there's some folks that have gotten some spill because they were, you know, they first movers advantage and what have you. So anyone in your matrix that does, you know, does their cubes, think this through. Anyone in your matrix that does their minimum, they do their minimum of 15 cubes for the month. So they earned at least $150 by them doing their 15 cubes. But what does that mean, Dan, for the person that's upline? A level, 2 levels, 3 levels. Let's assume they all did their 15 cubes. Doesn't that mean that that's a minimum of $15 that flowed through the matrix going upline, so that if I had 100 people in my matrix that did their 15 cubes, did I not just make $1,500?
That's correct. Well, you actually made more than that. But in this example, yeah, that's correct. So, yep, 1,000 people, you made $15,000. Listen, here's what's cool about that. That really taps into the 80 to 85% of the people that do network marketing part-time. 1 cube every other day is massive part-time activity. So it's not going to be difficult. There are people that do multiple cubes in a day. And so, again, as it grows, I think people will be able to do 8 to 10 in a day. But let's just say they did 1 every other day, or half a cube today and a half tomorrow, right? Average, right? Or 1 every other day. That's massive part-time that feeds right into the 80% that do network marketing part-time. And with just that alone, if they did that, the minimum, very part-time, for 12 months, they made an extra $1,800 that year. That's not a lot, but you know what? It's not a lot to make that either. So,
wow. Yeah. See, when I'm hearing that, because I know we've built large organizations, and if you look at a traditional MLM weight loss nutritional type comp plan, somebody on your 5th level, 6th level, when they do the $100 auto ship or the $150 auto ship, and keep in mind they're on auto ship, you know, 4 or 5 levels removed is making like $2, okay, or $3. And here,
no, that's a great point.
Yeah, here you're talking someone maybe on your 10th level that does just the minimum, and you still generated $15. And especially, you know, what happens, and again, we're never going to over promote the fact that, you know, people are going to get spilled. We don't know who's going to get spilled. I'm not going to get any spill because I'm not going to be the weak chain there. But there's going to be some folks that's going to get spilled. We just don't know who it is.
Right.
So what if somebody spilled into someone's organization, and then that person really gets it, and they start to build their organization. All of a sudden, they've got 1,000, 2,000 folks, and people are starting to do their cubes. Gosh. That could be huge.
Yeah.
Hey, Queen, did you hear that lyrical miracle? They build their cubes. That could be huge. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Yeah. So, Doc, when you look at the average, what an average person, some are different, the average person, I think, don't hold me to the exact numbers. I'll get the exact numbers for you. I'll be conservative. With $100 auto ship average, you earn, I think it's around $8 from somebody, listen, spending a minimum of $100 a month. Here, people aren't spending anything, and the average is over 3 times that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So let's talk about. So here's what we're going to have in terms of qualifications, if you will. All right. So 15 cubes a month. So everybody needs to be factoring, okay, I'm going to be responsible for 15 cubes a month. There's going to be some things in the system that, hey, I want to buy it myself. And if I buy it, that goes towards a cube. Things that I promote, on social media or what have you, someone buys it and that goes for a cube. Hey, what if somebody, let's take Digi Millionaires, and they promoted Digi Millionaires to NetQube, and the person they promoted Digi Millionaires to saw the value in Digi Millionaires, but for whatever reason didn't come into NetQube. They basically have a customer, and so that customer, whatever that monthly subscription is, and whatever that means in terms of cubes, that would generate a portion of a cube or what have you for our brand advocate, right? So if I'm a brand advocate and I promote some type of product or service, and there'll be some services that have an auto ship or some type of subscription. If I promote some type of subscription through the system and somebody gets the subscription and they're not a brand advocate, then their monthly subscription, whatever that means in terms of cubes, a portion of a cube, a full cube, 2 cubes, or what have you, that will go for my cubes for the month. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Oh, that's
exactly.
Cool.
So what if you had, I don't know, let's say that you had 15 customers and they were all reordering, and each reorder created a cube. Well, you made $150 because the system looks at it just like you, because they're not brand advocates. They're just consumers. So not only did you qualify, but you made $150, and you didn't build any cubes because your customers that were reordering the product qualified you with a residual consumable reorder. That's going to happen more and more and more and more.
And with this, and with the fact that these pods, each of these pods will have their own surfboard community deal, it's going to be easier for folks to be able to go into the various pods and quickly start to see which offers are paying the best, which of them may have a monthly subscription that may give you, build your cubes on a monthly basis, so that ultimately I could see people having a whole lot more than 15 cubes.
Oh, yeah, and absolutely. We're going to have a leaderboard, and it's going to be incentivized. I got a lot of ideas, not sure we haven't honed in on one particular one yet, but let's say the top 5 leaders for the month. What is that? Well, the top 5 cube creators, let's say, cube getters, right? It could be somebody that did 20 cubes in a month. And I'm just throwing out some numbers. I don't know what these are. Don't hold me to them. Let's say the top person for that month is going to make an extra $1,000 because they were the top cube generator for the month. And the number 3 person, or the number 2 person might make $750, and then 500, 300 and 200, whatever. We can divide it up however we'd like. But we're going to incentivize people to build out these cubes. And if you're the top guy, gal for the month, you're going to get an extra bonus money. Then we're going to work it into where we're going to do that every week. And then we're going to get to where we're going to do that every day. The top 5 cube accumulators for the day are going to get extra bonus money. So we can incentivize people to go back there, find the things they like, get comfortable with it, and the more cubes that are generated, the more we can duplicate that process, then the whole model is feeding itself. Because cubes are generated, money is going up through the 3x10, and they're making money by building up cubes themselves.
Wow, this is much bigger than what I had originally thought. I thought at first it was like, oh, that's cute. This is a whole lot more than cute, Queen. My God. All right,
it is.
So let's. A person wants to get to the top of the compensation plan in terms of what I qualify for. Uh-huh. Looking at this chart, all right, so I know I need to have my 15 cubes each month, all right? And I know that's not mandatory right now because you're just, putting everything in place. But at some point, that's going to be the case. And by me getting 15 cubes each month minimum, then that's going to send at least $15 upstream. So everybody above me, 10 levels above me is going to get $15. So as a team builder, I'm thinking, okay, let's make sure we get people to where they are building a minimum of 15 cubes. They're qualified, but that also means a minimum of $15 a month in overrides times 100 people or 500 people, 1,000 people,
That's
or however many. Okay. Now, in order for a person, based on this chart, to open up the first 5 levels, it's a 10-level compensation, 10-tier compensation, they only need to refer one person?
That's correct. And we did that because there's a lot of people that may only enroll 1 or 2. Why? I just feel they're being penalized because they can't, or they're not good at it, or maybe they just don't like it, right? Whatever the reason. But they enroll 1 or 2. Well, let's how do we honor them? So one person, and you're going to earn 5 levels of commissions based on that one person. So, but we didn't want to penalize the person who could enroll a lot of people and recruit well. So we wanted to make it fair for both. So you'll see that in here in just a minute how we do that. But yeah, you're correct. One person, 5 levels.
Okay, so you refer one person, they do a $199 annually, all right, low risk, no monthly subscription requirement or what have you. You could be getting paid on, 300 and some odd folks that would be in your organization as they do their cubes.
Yeah, 363 would fit, yes.
Okay.
So yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, and then, okay, go on.
No, go ahead.
All right.
Well, I'm just gonna say then the second person opens up the 6th level, and so 6 people here. You would earn everything in a 3x10 team structure with enrolling 6 people.
So you enroll 6, which obviously we want to help people get 6 and 60 so that every 4th person thereafter that they enroll, they get an extra $50 bonus on that $199 software purchase.
Right.
But that would also then qualify for 10 levels. Now, let me ask you a question here. All right. Does that mean, let's say the person has enrolled 6, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. But only 5 of them did their 15 cubes that month.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean they do or do not get paid on that 10th level? Because now only 5 were actually qualified for the month. What happens there?
Okay, restate that. I want to make sure I answer it right. I'm so sorry.
Okay. All right. I refer 6.
Right.
All right. So I'm qualified for 10 levels of pay.
Right.
But now it's time, the qualifiers are in. Everybody needs to do 15 cubes. One of my 6 does not do their 15 cubes. Mm-hmm. Am I going to earn on 9 levels that month, or will I earn still on the full 10?
That's a good question. I think we've answered that because we're early. I think that the answer would be that you would have to have 6 qualified people. But what I think, and I haven't revisited this in a while, so that's a great question. But I think that you would only have to have a person. No. Let me, don't hold me to this, Doc, but I think that if you have enrolled 6 people and one of those 6 don't do the 15, then you still would earn your in the 3x10.
Now, how do we make sure that somebody doesn't just throw in their dog and their cat and my son has a rabbit, and their rabbit, for the $199? So we can come back to that. I just wanted to ask that question. I wasn't sure.
Sure. Yeah. Well, every person, obviously, if you have 2 positions, you can't have 2. But if you and your spouse, or you and your son wants a position, or daughter, whatever, each one has to qualify within itself, right? The enrollment to get 10 levels, and then the 15 cubes qualification for. So you'd have to do that times 2. So if you're trying to kind of position yourself twice that way, remember you have to do 30 cubes now in a month, and you have to enroll 12 people to pick up 10 levels. So it gets harder. Yeah.
It really only makes sense to have one position per household. It doesn't make sense to.
Yeah, unless that person's a builder and they want to work at it and they want their own spot. Well, you can definitely legally you can do that here, no question.
Okay. All right. So let's see. This right here Is there going to be a calculator in the back office?
Yes, there will.
Oh, that's cool.
Where people, they'll be able to download it, and they'll be able to plug in the numbers and just get a good idea of what it pays, in different scenarios, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and it'll calculate it in real time right in front of you. It's really, really cool. The possibilities can keep you awake at night.
Okay. Whoops.
Take him out.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, right.
Hold on. I did something wrong. What happened? There we go.
If you push here you go. Yeah.
Okay.
This is probably the most exciting part of the pay plan.
Okay.
This is what I was looking at.
I'll just cover the first one. All of the cube accumulations that you see under where it says qualification, cube, total group volume, right there.
Okay.
It's all cumulative. So if you have a group that does 490 cubes in 1 month, most companies make you start over in the second month. We don't. The 490 are going to carry over to month 2 or however long it took you. And then as soon as you trigger 500 cubes in your group, you're going to earn the Q1 bonus, which is a minimum of $1,000. It could be upwards of $1,800 on that bonus. Let me see how. The reason we did this because there's people out there, Doc and Queen, you guys know that have probably never earned a bonus in their life, never earned much money, but a bonus, right?
Right.
Here's my point. To a degree, people that just stick around long enough are going to hit some of these bonuses. Okay, that's okay. That's good. I'm glad. I want those people to do that. Maybe it'll incentive, bust them out of their shell, and they really, get some confidence under their belt. 35 people in your group, regardless of who put them there, right? Building the cube every other day. Let's go back to the massively part-time effort.
Okay.
35 people building 1 cube every other day would create 500 cubes in your group. So you made $500 minimum because you made $500 per cube. If you did 15 yourself, you made $150 from what you did. Now you're at $650, and you triggered the Q1 bonus that's a minimum of $1,000. $1,650 with 35 people, massively part-time. And oh, by the way, if the same 35 doesn't grow one bit and they do the same thing the next month, you're going to make the same $1,650.
Whoa, stop. Stop.
Yes,
Stop.
Yes.
Okay. All right, hold on. Because I'm a numbers guy, so I got, hold on. Stop it. All right. Okay, so the 15 cubes being the minimum, all right? So if I have 500 cubes for the month,
right?
34, 35 folks doing 15 cubes a month.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, now I get no. That does or does not include my cubes. Doesn't really matter to me.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't include yours.
Okay, all right. So now I've done my cubes, all right, but I now have 34 people in the matrix that have done their cubes. I'm gonna get crud. What just happened? All right, there's gonna be a bonus there. All right, so we know that with the 500 cubes, because each cube is going to pay $1 per level up line. 10 levels, correct? All right,
that's correct.
All right, so Danielle has 35 people in his matrix that have done the 15 cubes there. He's going to generate $500 in commissions there just because $1 went up line. Now he's going to get a bonus check, and that's going to fluctuate from month to month. What that bonus check is going to be, I would imagine.
It is, and the reason that because it's all based on a percentage. So you're not going to pay out too much, and the money is going to be there because there's a percentage that is attributed to every cube that goes into that bonus.
Okay, so every cube throughout the company, a percentage of every cube is going to go into these bonuses. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, all right. So Danielle is at the point where he's got 30, 40, 50 people a month that are doing at least their 15 cubes, he's getting not only his dollar per cube throughout his organization, he's now getting a monthly bonus check. All right. Now, he's got, as he gets started, everything is going to be cumulative. So if he got 100 cubes this month and 200 cubes next month, once he hits that 500 cubes, that's going to trigger this bonus. Now, once he's done that, will it be monthly thereafter that he'll need, or will it always be a new cumulative, or how does that work?
No, it will be from that point. He'd have to do 500 cubes total in a month to continue earning that bonus.
Okay. So
it's, again, it goes back to the same 34, 35 people doing a cube every other day, and you've hit it.
Okay, so that just becomes the culture. You come on the board, hey, get your cubes done. Minimum of 15 cubes a month. Exactly. A cube every other day. That just becomes the culture. People can go into the various pods to see which offers are generating the most cubes, which offers people are taking advantage of. So they'll be able to have a cheat sheet on which offers to put out there, as well as to buy or use themselves. So now we get to 3,000 cubes. All right, I got to do the math on that. 3,000.
Well, that would be any combination. Well, let's say 200 people in your group doing a cube every other day.
And would you get both? Would you get both this bonus check and this one too?
Well, there you go. You absolutely would. So watch this. So you've earned at least $3,000 from that cube accumulation. That could be 100 people doing a cube a day.
Okay.
It could be 50 doing 2 a day. It could be 200 doing 1 every other day. Just any combination. 3,000 cubes.
Okay.
And you made $3,000.
Gotcha.
You earned the Q2 bonus, which we feel isn't going to be less than $5,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're going to get the Q1 at the same time. So let's do the math. $3,000 you made in the cubes for Q2.
Gotcha.
You made $5,000 from the Q2 bonus. You definitely earned the Q1. So you a minimum $1,000 from there. That's $9,000. Just in the
for
Q,
what?
in the,
for,
and then
what?
Yes.
Okay,
yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
When we're talking organization, what are we talking our personal organization, or are we talking about the 3x10?
Oh, your entire 3x10. Any cube that is generated in your 3x10, and you saw the chart, it can hold close to 90,000 people.
Right.
We're talking 200 that do a cube every other day. I can't stress this enough, Queen and Doc. This is massive part-time effort. But here's what you got to do. How do you incentivize? How do you inspire the part-time person? Usually part-time people in network marketing don't make anything. Well, they run out of the chute for a while, and then they really get here. I mean, if you're at least going to make $150 a month, and oh, by the way, you have no auto ship. That's just money you make. Just show up. Just show up.
Just show up. Wow.
Yeah. So, well, if I can make just $150 a month because I'm spending $150 a month, I get my product for free. Well, that's cool. It really is. But here, there's no expenditure, right? And you're profiting $150 a month if you just did 15 in a month. And if you did 1 a day, and what if it took you an hour a day? Well, that's not much, you guys. And that's 7 hours a week, part-time in your own business. You're at $300 a month. That's $3,600 a year. That's not a lot of money, but you know what? Subtract $3,600 from your checking account and see if it makes a difference. Right? So, yeah, it does. And listen, for a lot of people, it makes a lot of. Go ahead, Queen.
Now, NetQube Navigate. How does that help you to make all of this work?
I really love that model because I'll give you an example of what it meant to me personally. From a compliance perspective, nothing will be there that's not compliant. So it keeps everybody on the compliant page, right? Number one. Number two, about a week ago, I was on a Sunday, Doc and Queen, and people were at the end, where's the YouTube page? I want to see the videos. So I go to YouTube, and I click the link, and I copy it, and I send it to them. This happened on a Sunday. It was crazy. 4 different times. What's the Facebook page? What's the website? What's the YouTube page? So I'm sending all this different. They said, oh my. So all of that, the PowerPoints, the videos, the compensation. If you want to email somebody, if somebody wants to join in your business from that page, everything is all under one URL. So it would be netcubnavigate.com/doc. And everything, all the videos, the YouTube links, the Facebook links, your email, the everything related to the PowerPoints, everything, the updates, the changes is completely maintenance for you. So when it changes, your NetQube Navigate changes automatically. When the guys told me it was $59, I said, guys, I think that's really fair. $59 a month, that's not too bad. No, like $59 a year, and I just fell out.
Okay.
This is what I told them, Queen. I said, guys, you're leaving money on the table. And me, what they told me, they said, Dan, we want people to be able to afford this. I said, brother, you're definitely ringing that bell, in my opinion. So it's compliant. Everything's under one roof. It's all right there. And then they were telling me, wait till they share with you, the conversion rates have gone dramatically higher because they may ask for a YouTube video and you send them, you way over exceed their expectations with all the information's right there in front of them. They don't have to go anywhere to find it. Wow. So you over deliver on that regard, and the conversion rates, they said, have went through the roof because of using that system. So it's an offer. It's not something, Queen, that somebody has to purchase. There is a cost. It does create half the queue, but that is completely optional. If you see value, go for it. If you don't, then just don't use it. No pressure to buy anything ever here.
Can you tell us how we get the NetQube Navigate?
Yes, you go to netcubnavigate.com, and right there is the join button.
And it connects you by your username to your NetQube.
That's correct. So right now, people are actually building out queue. If you have 100 people in your group that purchase NetQube Navigate, you made $50. So yours is actually free because you get a half a queue, right? So $5 goes to you, $5 is going to go up into the plan. So it creates $10 instead of $20.
Okay.
So, and it's just optional, but. So, there's people they have people in their group
it helps you to market your business.
It does. It really does.
Because what I've heard is that the conversion rate is high too.
Yes. And you know what? We'll see. But for $59, I think it's remarkably priced, and I think it's a great tool. And, again, it's optional. Completely, utterly optional, you guys.
Okay.
I want to talk about these bonuses, Queen. I said this blue. I want to talk about these bonuses. $5,000 a month.
The bonuses are great, and I think that we could do that.
So I'm sorry, Queen. You go on. I didn't want to stop you. I know you asking about NetQube.
No.
Okay.
Because you're right. The bonuses are great, and then when they get down to that brand new Tesla.
But I'm not even there yet. I got to ask a question as we get to Q3, Q4, and Q5. Okay, so I see the 10,000 cubes a month here. I'm sorry. Go on.
No, well, to keep into the bonus, it is. But to get there, see, that's what's going to happen. People are going to have 3,000 cubes one month, and maybe 1,500 the next, and maybe 300 the next. I'm just shooting, and then 6,000 the next. But sooner or later, hang around. Do the minimum. You're going to trigger 10,000 cubes in your group. Now, there's a little bit more of a qualification here because it's got to be spread out a little bit. You have to have a Q1 or 500 cubes in 3 different legs. So, because we have to do that because we would pay out too much money if we didn't spread it out a little bit more. The accumulation has to be balanced so we don't pay out too much money. It's all based on a percentage. So if the cubes are generated, the percentage is there, the money is allocated to that bonus, so it won't bankrupt itself. So it's all based on the cubes being created. That's where the revenue comes from to keep it going.
Hey, Dan, let me ask you, when you say the 3 different legs here, are we talking about my personal sponsorship tree, or are we talking about 3 legs inside of the matrix? Because, on my first level, there's 3 positions.
Yeah, there could be, they don't have to be personally sponsored by you. So anywhere in your first, you have your first 3 spots right next to you, 1, 2, and 3. From there down, any Q1 in those legs, whether you put them there or not, if they're Q1, that counts for you for that bonus.
But wait a minute. For me to get 10,000 cubes, hold on. For me to get 10,000 cubes, I'm gonna have at least, my first, second, third position should all be at least Q1s anyway. Is that what I'm understanding?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, exactly. Sure, they will.
Nah, it could have been. Remember, don't do don't do jack.
Yeah, ain't done jack.
Yeah,
but again,
it could have been where in that instance where ain't done jack had somebody who actually built one leg and he didn't do anything in those other 2, and therefore those 2 legs he didn't qualify.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm not. So I need to not think about me. I need to think about my Joe Average. Okay. I got you. But even Joe Average, anybody who gets to 10,000 cubes in a month should have in leg 1, leg 2, leg 3. So God. All right. Now, what do you? I know this is going to change from month to month, but you blew me away. I didn't expect to hit 5,000, the potential of 5,000 from this bonus here. What's the potential of this bonus here?
Well, we think, again, guys, don't hold me to the exact number because it can fluctuate, but we're thinking it's about 10 to 12,000 on the Q3.
And that's the bonus plus the 10,000 that you're in on the cube.
You want to make 10 grand because of $1 per cube. Again, our goal is to get it more than $1 a cube, and we will do it. Take us a little bit, but won't do it day one, but we'll get there. I mean, again, what if it's paying $1.25 per cube? Well, now you're $12,500 instead of $10,000 because you're getting $1.25 per cube instead of $1. Right? That's our goal. We want to continue to put that money back into building the cubes, more and more incentivization to do that, and then it just people aren't going to want to go anywhere.
Good grief!
50,000.
All right, 50, so what are you thinking here on the Q4?
It's not quite a dub, but we're thinking, again, around 20,000 would be the Q4.
So are you saying here that if somebody is at Q4, and I know we can't lock you into those numbers, that's gonna, but if someone is Q4, this maybe perhaps could be all of your disclaimers 20 grand a month. This maybe perhaps could be all your disclaimers 10 grand. This maybe perhaps 5 grand, 20, 30, 35. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, that's correct.
On top of, well, wait a minute. By the time you got here, you'd be making 50 grand a month anyway, right?
Yeah, or you would have made 50 grand
up to that point. Because remember, it's cumulative, so it could have been over time.
Okay, got
you.
That's correct. But if they do, if your group generates 50,000 cubes in a month, you think that's a lot? It's not.
No, it's
really not. That's 350 people.
Huh?
Do the math. It's 350 people, right? Doing 15 cubes a month, one every other day.
That's 3,000.
3,000.
Oh yeah, what did I say?
You said 300.
Oh, sorry.
But that's, I mean, still, gosh. Now let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Okay. Now, is this 50,000? Any of these bonuses here?
About 3,500. What's that?
Is this based on? Is this based on what happens in your 10 levels, or?
Yes.
So it doesn't. It caps at the 10. It doesn't count what's happening on level 12 or 13 or 14.
Right now it doesn't, but you can earn on levels 12, 13, 14, 15, even further. Because what if you have, like, I'll give you an example how powerful this can get for people. If we did a 3 by 12, that holds, what did we say it was? 785,000 positions if you went 2 levels deeper. So you could be paid an enormous amount of money on levels 11, 12, and 13, and so on, because if there are people there that are not 10-tier qualified, the system is going to push that $10 up until it finds the next qualified person. There could be 10,000 people on level 12 that didn't qualify for the 10 levels. So that can push that money up into your 10th level, which now you're going to capture all of that money because not everybody's going to be 10-tier qualified. Brother, when John said last week the commissions here are insane, it's insane. But it all is centered around building out those cubes.
Everything about the cubes.
Got you. For people to do that.
Got you. Wow. 15 cubes. That's the minimum. Everybody 15 cubes, and this just starts to take care of itself. All right. So then everything with the Q1 through Q4. Everything is cumulative up until the point you hit that mark, meaning if a person, they start off, they've got 100 cubes, that's going to go towards their 500. Then the next month they've got 222, that goes towards their 500. Then once they hit the 500, will they get a bonus check that month and then thereafter to keep getting the 500?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And so the same thing as I'm building my 500, ultimately that's part of my 3,000. Once I get 3,000, we get that check, and then hopefully the goal is to be at 3,000 cubes a month in your organization. So now you're getting both bonus checks. Then, oh my gosh, are you serious?
And
wow.
People say you're going to run out of money. No, we won't run out of money. It's all based on a percentage, and it works. I mean, the math doesn't lie, right?
Gotcha. I got you. So by the time someone gets to Q5, they're making, by the time they get to Q5, it's likely they're at least at Q3. Well, they've already done the 50,000. Even if they're not doing 50,000 every month, at some point they're going to hit 250, and they're going to get a $50,000 one-time bonus.
Well, yeah, and they made $250,000 just on the cubes themselves.
Right.
Yep.
Wow, this is all right. So, Queen, this is what you wanted. You wanted the brand new Tesla. You want the Tesla. I see
I want the money.
I see 1.7 million bucks.
But the Tesla was cute, but the money is good.
Yeah. I'm like, what? That's 1.7 million bucks.
It is. Plus $100,000 bonus.
Yeah, and we know.
Plus
exactly.
Tesla.
Yeah. Oh, that Tesla, man. That is a car. We just said, what could?
We lost.
Did we lose him?
Sorry, guys. Am I there? Am I back?
Yes, you are.
Back.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody called me, so I'm on my phone here, guys. So it bumped me up. Yeah, we know that's going to take some effort. It's going to take some building. It's going to take a little time. But you're right. You've earned $1.7 million. You have a $100,000 bonus check. And again, like you guys alluded to earlier, we looked at the, Monavie back in the day. I don't even think they gave the cars away. Maybe they did. I don't think so. But and the BMW, awesome cars, love it. We wanted to. What can we do here? Well, the Tesla is an autonomous car, so it'll drive itself. You never have to worry about the price of fuel. The acceleration, if somebody pulls up to you in some big souped-up Dodge Charger or some, Camaro, whatever it is, or even a Porsche, they don't want to mess with you. You'll outrun them. It's instant power to those wheels, and that it'll throw you back and see. It is an absolutely exhilarating piece of machinery. So, but we're going to hand you the keys to it, like Queen alluded to earlier. The bonuses, that's a bunch of nonsense. Like you said, and then people got to go in debt to buy the car, and then they got to, enroll 5,000 people every minute to keep the bonus, whatever it is. Oh, please. If they get there, give them the car. If you want to quit NetQube the next day after you get the car, man, that's up to you. I don't think you will, but it's your car. You can do what you want with it.
Okay, so now I understand why you and John laughed at me. I get it. I get it. Okay, my
well, Doc,
God.
you know what? I want to share this. There's one element that we'll never apologize for, and that is it's going to take some effort. It's going to take some work. There's some really good examples in many different books that have been written. That you and I, we personally, lean toward one and primarily, but it talks about diligence. It talks about working hard. And then we don't even talk, you guys, about the H3 Foundation. We're not going to talk about it much. We're just going to show the world that H3 is helping hurting humanity. And that's really what this is about to me. We want people to make a lot of money, but there's a lot of people that they might not even know it, but they're depending on us to succeed for them.
Yeah, yeah.
And I want to be able to get back. I want to be able to start with the people like Queen. You can come to me and say, Dan, there's a family that I know that's in my church. It lives down the street. It's a friend of my mom or whatever. And man, their car just burned to the ground or whatever. They didn't have insurance on it. We can't help everybody, but everybody can help somebody. And what if we could be in a position to where we could, and there's going to be a process because we have to be very wise in doing so. But man, I think that's a great place to start. Yes, we want to help people all over the world, but we want to be able to start right here and honor the people who come here and build this company. Yeah. So why don't we start with them? They have needs. They hurt. They have, and we want to be able to give back to them. That's really what this thing is about to me. I honestly, with all of my heart, can tell you that with all sincerity, you will never see me floating around the Caribbean in a 100-foot yacht. It might be Doc's yacht, but it won't be mine. We'll go on here and we'll rent one. We'll rent one for a week. I'm good with that. But I just think I think today has eternal consequences for all of us, and I just want to be able to be that source and that hand up to people that are in need. And that's what this whole company is about to me. I want everybody to make money, lots of it. But Doc, with people like you and Queen and others, we want to build an atmosphere here. They call it a culture of really tapping into what it's like to serve other people, give more than you take, show some humility to the world, and place a value on people and help them recognize it, that they probably don't even know themselves. That's really what we're about here. And the money's going to come. Yeah. So, but we want to document and show people what we're doing. And I hate when people use that stuff as leverage. I hate it when they use God as leverage, when they use religion as leverage. But if you're going to do that stuff, just do it. And let it stand on its own merits. And people are going to see what you do. I've always believed, I don't care what color skin you are. I don't care where you go to church. I don't care if you're a Christian, a Muslim, a Buddhist, if you're black, you're white, you're Asian, you're Spanish, if you're big, fat, ugly, tall, short, older, young. That doesn't define you. What defines us is what we do. What defines a company is what they do. And we want to let that define us. Let's just shut up and do it. And let our actions speak for who we are. And I want to live by that. And they're just valuable. They're incredibly valuable. And, we just want to continue to create that atmosphere here and let that resonate into a family, into a community, a city, a state, a country.
Wow.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan.
I hope you captured Dan's spirit, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Hey, Dan, I've got... this is really anticlimactic, and we probably need to end on that.
No, it's okay.
But I do have a quick commission question here. Since we've got, with the qualifiers, no more than 50% in any leg for all of the bonuses, are we going to be able to clearly see in the back office where we stand with each leg? So we know which leg we need to put a little bit more effort and energy to build up so that we don't, so that, once we get to these points, boy, that sounds so anticlimactic. I feel bad for asking it now, Queen.
No, it's good. Yeah. Well, no,
it's
good.
You have a lot of comments and thank yous for, that.
Well, God, you guys, I know we share this, and I don't want to get sentimental. I just get, I get heartbroken sometimes. Here I go again, because Queen and Doc and others that are listening, have you ever seen it on people's faces? The heartbreak, you can look in their eyes and you can see the sorrow. You can see the hurt. You hang around somebody long enough, they're going to start sharing their heart with you.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to start sharing with you the sorrow, the pain. I lost a loved one, or this happened. I lost my house, or lost somebody to an illness or something. And, people are hurting.
Yeah.
And this world is too stinking mean and hurtful for us to contribute to that. I'm not saying we're perfect, no, but companies have pay plans, they have products, they have promotions, but if they forget about the people, then the whole foundation's wrong to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think needs to change in network marketing. I know we alluded to this, and I'll shut up, I promise, but a guy was telling me the other day about a guy that I know. He's the top earner in Montague. Great guy. This guy is an honorable man. He's going to do well. But I told this lady, her name is Vicky, he said, Vicky, unless the foundation changes, the same 95% that fail in every other company are going to fail in his too.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be 5% he's going to win. His company's probably going to succeed because he's a great guy, he's a smart guy, he's a hard worker, he knows this industry. But unless the foundations change, the same 95% people are going to fail. A friend of mine said, Dan, if you can take the 95% that fail and turn that into 94%, you'll be a multi-billion-dollar company and you'll affect millions of people's lives. And I believe that. Hey, let's start there. And we have to do that by changing the foundation of how all this works. And there are some similarities, but this is all about the people. We're nothing without them. And we can say that, but you know what? When anybody that's in NetQube, if you start making money, really, really make sure that you just hug every single person and love on every single person that's in your group the best you can, whether it's a text, an email, or at an event you do, or whatever, because you wouldn't be there without them. You just wouldn't. So turn right back around and honor the people to help you get there. And encourage them to do the same thing. And then we'll create an atmosphere here that really is a togetherness. And, guys, we just have to do the right thing. And
awesome.
I'll just share this with you, Doc. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying it. But, guys, I pray every day that God would help us to create the very thing that we're putting in motion here. And if we honor the value that he placed on people, then I think we'll incur his favor, and I think we can help people all over the world, one person at a time. So I'll shut up with that.
Awesome. Queen, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm just leaving that alone.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, to build a company on, on principles.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
on
those principles.
You guys have them, Doc, you and Queen and others. It's you guys. So that's why you guys could go back to Doc being the guy that's going to be the gatekeeper for all the financial stuff that comes through, because that's his expertise. He understands that. But even more than that, he's got a greater talent than that. I wouldn't say talent maybe, but he's got a greater attribute, let's say. And you know what it is? That he has character. He cares about his people. And to me, that's enormous to me. So anyway, it's all good, guys. I'm excited, and God help us to deliver on what we share here with people.
Awesome.
I think he'll help us do that.
Awesome.
And we take about 10 minutes for Q&A.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Queen, I'm gonna let you handle that. So, ladies and gentlemen, now if you put in questions before, you're gonna have to re-put those in, because we got so many comments as Dan was sharing his heart. If you have questions, go on and put those in now. We'll take 15 minutes. Thank you so much, Dan, for this time you shared with us. You have completely expanded my vision. My gosh. My gosh.
Says we're now able to start placing.
That's correct.
Should we place right, center, left? How should we do that?
It really depends on you, and you, Queen, and Doc, you can comment on this just as easy as I can. I try to put, I think, the people that are going to work the hardest, right, and maybe have produced the most. You never know, though, but You want to put them up close to you, and I don't think it matters as much who goes. You have your top 3 people that you choose, and you can start with any given one of those and place them first, second, third, and so on. Sometimes it's hard to figure that out. You might get somebody that finds some success here that they've never had before, and they outproduce everybody you've ever known. Who knows, right? So
well,
it's hard to.
I, for one, for me, I would place all 3 because, as you notice, you need to build in all 3. So if you have enough to go right to left, left to right, however you want to work it with your folks, then I would do it evenly as much as possible.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yes, ma'am.
Great question.
Let's see. If my sponsor is not ready to pay their money and I join, and is there a way I can join with my sponsor?
Yeah, you can. A great question. What will happen is if your sponsor doesn't become a Cloud Seat member and a licensed member of NetQube Brand Advocate, then I think it's in 3 days, we're going to send them an email. And it's going to remind them that they need to upgrade. Because if they don't, then the person that they enrolled is going to go above them.
Okay. So you will lose that person in 3 days if you don't upgrade, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they'll get an email first though, and it will spell it out. And then if they don't do it, I'm not sure if it's a total of 5 days from the time they get the email, or 3 days from the time they get the email. And they'll know that they won't be able to go into the pop-up message that's going in the back office that says you need to upgrade to become a brand advocate before you can go into the back office and utilize your commissions and see your genealogy. Yeah, that's going to stop you right there. That's the gatekeeper. It won't let you go any further until you purchase your Cloud Seat.
So what you're saying is you can actually get a link if you sign up for free?
That's right.
Okay. And then you can pass out that link, but you need to be ready. You need to be getting ready to become a paid member.
Let me ask you there then. All right, so let's, because I think I saw this. I think I saw someone who has not paid, but they referred someone who has. Mm-hmm. Now, in that situation, so let's say I referred, this is a fictitious name because I don't remember who it was. Let's say I referred John. He's not paid. John referred Mary. Mary has paid. Can I go on and still place John since he's got married, or no?
No.
So John's holding up Mary.
Well, no. So you could. Yeah, you could place John because that would move Mary with him. But John he'll move out of that position if he doesn't upgrade in a timely manner, and then Mary will go where John was. Okay,
gotcha. So look, we've been talking about this for a couple weeks, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And we've put the appropriate links in the back office with the affiliate center. Make sure you upgrade. Placement just went live maybe a couple hours before the webinar. I just started doing some placements. All right, I got a lot more to place. Make sure you go on an upgrade so you can get placed and you don't lose any of your folks. All right, you know how hard we work to make sure that we don't take anybody's referral credit. We want everyone getting the proper referral credit. So make sure you get your license taken care of if you haven't already done so. And next question, Queen. I am pumped up. My gosh.
When will the Cube building activities start?
Yeah, great question. It's already started. So if somebody purchases the NetQube Navigate, they've actually, that counts as a half a cube for them and half a cube in their organization. But to open the vault, we are looking at around the first week in April. We'll onboard products, and we'll onboard a few, and then a few, and then a few, and a few could be a lot to most people until it's all onboarded, and then we will continue to add products, services, offers, click actions, all kinds of things. Activity, we call them click actions. On a regular basis, we're constantly expanding that entire platform. So I would say within 3 weeks from now, And I do want to say this, everybody, if anybody that's paid and they want a refund, before we open the doors, no questions asked, we'll give you your money back.
And then we'll point you to a psychologist or a psychiatrist or something like that. Because obviously.
You'll lose your spot, though. You will lose your position. So.
Yeah, you lose your spot. And that, but, okay, so are there any promotional materials for product development? Or what is the process to bring in such a person?
Yeah, so in the back office, you'll see very soon. And you know what, you guys are, Doc, Queen, you guys and your team, I'm so impressed because we haven't had an opportunity video. We haven't had a sizzle video. We haven't had the compensation video. We've had a couple recorded PowerPoints recently. I know we haven't been really even open yet, for a couple of weeks now. We've offered the positioning part of this right now. And people are still enrolling, which is remarkable. All that stuff is coming. But what you're going to see in the back office is you'll see a submission form. It's a link. It'll say onboard product or refer product. I'm not sure what we're going to call it. And when you click on that link, a form will appear. It's called the submission form. Fill that out or have the company or the product owner or whatever fill that out. You may have to call them and get information from them. And you're going to have to fill out every field. So, because you won't be able to submit it until you do. Then there'll be a place there where you will put your name as the referrer on there, and then you hit submit, and that comes to our office, and Will is the gatekeeper there. He starts vetting that process, and he knows what to look for, and we're constantly talking about different criteria and product. Will this fit? Will that not fit? So on. Then when it hits the second stage, then we look at it, a team of people look at it and say, will this fit? Will this work? Are the margins enough? Because we don't want you doing things that make money, And then we will have video training on how that process works, and all of that you guys are starting to accumulate. And you'll see that stuff start to come into the back office. So that's the process now. And we're very young, very early, but you'll see it get better and better and better and better. We're not going to be the same company 6 months from now. We won't be the same 12 months from now. Because I believe Bill Gates is right. Great companies are constantly reinventing themselves. And I think we need to be on the cutting edge of that as well.
Hey, before you go to the next question, Queen, let me just make sure that I understand this in terms of potential new products or offers that someone may want to refer. They really need to have some type of relationship. They don't just go in the yellow pages and fill out a form. Right, like in Queen's case, she knows the developer of this particular product, has a relationship with the developer of the particular product, something like that. Not just we just found something online and we want to submit it and what have you. Correct?
Right.
Yeah, that's right. And there's going to be some criteria because exactly what you just said, Doc. They don't want people, just submitting something and so they have to be a brand advocate here. Number one, paid active member. Number two, you have to do 15 cubes in a month. Because here's what would happen. That somebody who doesn't bring on board a product, they're counting on the platform and the system functioning like it's supposed to. And people are just onboarding products, but nobody is moving and generating offers and sales and so on from that product. Well, then the whole thing really, that doesn't fit. That doesn't work. So they're going to have to do their minimums every month if they want to continue to be paid on bringing in a product here. And you'll see there's a couple of paragraphs, you'll see that there's some criteria. You can't just call somebody you don't know and try to onboard a product. It won't work. We can do that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's more to it than that. So you'll see that, and there's some criteria to get this to work for you. But it's not hard, but there has to be some guidelines, otherwise it would be craziness.
Right. My wife wants to join, can she?
Yes, absolutely. An LLC, a corporation, a foundation. Yeah. And you guys will notice, I get this asked a lot. I hope I don't step out of line here. People say, well, you didn't ask for my social security number. And we, again, every time we look at this, you guys, we want to so non-network market this model. Not that network marketing is bad. We want to make it there. So if you notice the enrollment page, it's very simple. We don't ask for social security number. We don't need it. Why not? Well, because when you start taking money out, then we have a process where we'll get that information from you. We don't need that right now. So let's make it simple and clean and easy, and so you can onboard quickly, and then that information that's critical will be asked for at that time, and we don't even need it until you draw money out. So the payment system here is really, really, really exciting. You guys are going to love it. It's very reputable. Many, many, many countries, different languages, different currencies, so we can embrace a global platform here.
Good stuff.
Okay, we have time for maybe a couple more questions.
Sure.
All
What's
right.
up to Doc?
Well, also up to Queen. You're my dog barking earlier, right?
That's funny.
Well, a little crazy. I'm like, this is too late in the night for this now. Come on. Do you send prospects just to your Navigate site, or what in the site do you send the prospects to?
Yeah, you absolutely could, because all the information's there, and there's a join button. So if somebody wants to join from the NetQube Navigate page, where they have all the information all under one roof, right? They click on join, it'll go right to your netcube.com/username page where they can enroll, and you become their sponsor.
How many countries is NetQube going to be active in?
You know, the better answer to that is, what are the countries we're not going to be in? Right, and there's certain countries that, you know, we've been notified by the State Department that, you know, as a new business, you can't do business here, 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 and here. Those are some of the obvious ones. And I guess the best way to do it, if it's not in the drop-down menu, let us know, because it may be a country that we could do business in, and if it's not there, well, we need to know, because maybe it wasn't programmed. I don't know. So, but the obvious ones you won't see. And if there's ones there you think should be a legitimate country, please bring it to our attention, and we'll investigate it and add it.
Okay, what is the benefit of early placement in the matrix if we are not to expect spill?
Yeah, well, you may, like Doc said, or may not get any spillover. The advantage is this: you get out of the gate before anybody else. So you have a position that's better, higher up, so to speak, right? You're going to be higher up if you're here early, which helps, number one. Number two, I mean, think about this, you guys. If I wanted to enroll Queen, because she's a producer, and we know that, you know, she's got the skill sets and the talents, and she's a rock star, right? But you know what? If I am in NetQube before the rest of the world knows about it, then I have a real good possibility that Queen might end Dan. Right? Now, Doc already enrolled her, obviously, but my point is that it gives you a marketing advantage to where you can go share this with people before they're sharing it with you. So you get to tell the story before them, right? And position does help, and you know, you have about 30 days here, but you know, that window is shortening before we're going to open the vault here very, very soon. Here's what I like to tell people, and I said it once, guys: if you get, before we open the doors, you weren't able to earn the cube building revenue. Yes, you can earn money from enrolling and referring the Cloud Seed platform to people, but if you can't actually participate in the model yet because it's not open, if you want your money back, we'll give it back to you. It's not about that. I want you to, you know, I want to keep you as friends, and if that rubs you the wrong way, in a couple weeks down the road, whatever. I'm not trying to talk you out of it, because like Doc said, you're going to lose your position, and you probably wish you didn't do that. And, you know, tying up $199 for 30 days, it's probably, guys, going to be worth it in the end for you if you stick around. But that's the event. Doc and Queen, you want to elaborate on that at all, maybe? Or?
Well, you know, we're never going to over promote spill, all right, because we don't want people just sitting back waiting on spill and being lazy. And the reality is, spill happens when you typically when you've got holes in your matrix. So, for instance, I'm not expecting any spill, all right, because what was it? How many folks you have to have personally to hit 5 stars at 50 or 6?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so we hit that mark already. All right, and we hadn't even started any promotion. This is just with our regular folks. So I'm not expecting any spill from Juliet, my sponsor, but I'm going to produce a lot. I'm going to produce a bunch. You know, first 3 spots already taken, second row, third row, starting to fill in the third row and the fourth row and what have you. So the bottom line is, especially after what I've seen here tonight, Queen, we're gonna put a lot more promotional effort.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Put a lot more promotional effort, and then let them know that they need to get their 15 to 30 cubes done per month.
There you go. There you go. Already, Queen. This is right. Yeah. You know, we got to get people their 6 in 60 days so that they get those extra bonuses, and then let's get you to where you're getting a monthly. Right here, I'm already seeing that. Man, if I focus on helping people get this monthly check here, they got $500 a month coming there. They get an extra whatever coming there.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Queen. See, we've been looking for a cash flow vehicle so people have more money to do it. Yeah, to build out their Digi portfolio. Now we've got a vehicle where your only financial risk with this vehicle is $199 a year. That's it.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. My gosh, Queen. Go to the next question. My gosh, I'm pumped up.
This is going to be the last.
Okay.
One.
Okay. That's cool.
Doc, this is for Doc. Do you have any marketing materials ready in CRB back office for this?
No, but I'm gonna. I didn't see the money, but I see it tonight. Yes, we'll be working on it. Yeah, believe you me.
Okay, and then basically the NetQube Navigate is. I mean, it's not that there's any money is. I mean, it's not that say it's due now. Somebody's asking a question about it. If you want the NetQube Navigate, it will help you to market your business. So the money is due whenever you decide that you want to purchase.
That's correct.
NetQube's Navigate.
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Wow.
It is your decision. Okay, so we're going to stop there. And we did not get to every single question, but we're not going to take all night at this either because we do have.
Okay. Wow. Well, listen. I'm going to let Dan actually have the last words. Prayerfully, for those of you that are here and you were trying to figure out, well, how does this all connect with Digi Millionaires and what our game plan is with you to get you to Digi Millionaire status? How does this all connect? Hopefully you are seeing that this is going to be a cash flow strategy to help you start making some money with your own cubes. We're going to help you build your organization, build your business so that you've got, you know, I want to get you the Q1 bonus here where what is that? Probably a good $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 a month when you consider the $500 here and plus whatever this bonus check happens to be here.
When Dan did the math, it was about $1,650. Okay. I like Dan's math.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean,
just know, Doc.
Oh.
You had 500 in your group, and then you had 15 of your own, which gave you $150, and then it was $1,000 on that bonus once you got to 500.
That's correct.
Gosh. And that's what that's 35 folks, 30 doing the 15 cubes.
That's it. That's all.
Queen.
Yes, that's $1,650. Yes, I heard him tell us that.
$47 a month per person that's doing. Get the heck up out of here! All right, so we're gonna go to work. We're gonna go to work to start building out some things within our system to marry the two. My gosh, ladies and gentlemen, for $199 annually, no monthly subscription. If you're going to follow us, we're going to be talking a lot about NetQube. Okay, I just put it out there like that. We're going to be talking a lot about NetQube as a means to help you to build up revenue, to build your Digi portfolios. I'm going to shut up because if I don't, I could talk all night long.
Let Dan have the last word.
All right, Dan, I'm going to give it to you. But before Dan. All right, so tomorrow night, remember, tomorrow night, we do not have our Digi Basics webinar at 8 p.m. Eastern. I've got my daughter has a school function. I'll be at the school function, but we will have our lab at 9:30 p.m. Eastern on tomorrow night. So for those of you who are members, you'll be able to come to that lab. Dan, I'm going to give it back to you for you to close things out tonight, my friend.
Well, gosh. I just have to say thank you. I really, really do understand that without all of you, without the people, Queen, we just go nowhere. So I'm just very, very grateful. I know that we to earn your trust. And like I said the other night, I'm up for that task. And we just, very grateful for every single person that's here. And that's all. I'm just grateful for you guys would even allow me to come here and visit and speak to your people, the people that I think the most valuable thing anybody can place in your hands is their trust. It's not money. Money doesn't even come into the equation. You don't care how much you have. When somebody puts their trust in you, they make decisions. How many times in network marketing have people made decisions based on what somebody has told them in network marketing, either from the company or from somebody that's in the company or somebody that's in the field, a fellow networker or distributor in that company? It's not true. Well, do you have an idea how many people you might affect by misleading them? They make a life's decision, maybe not to get a part-time job, or they might not go on a vacation with their family or some things along those lines. And they've been misled, but they made a decision based on what you told them, but it wasn't the truth. I just think people are fed up with that stuff. And look, I'm not saying we're perfect, you guys. Absolutely not. But we certainly have that as the goal. And I think that's the best place to shoot for. And we want to be accountable to everybody. And I think that keeps everybody in check. And just excited to be here and be a part of it. And thank you guys for letting me come here. I greatly, greatly appreciate you guys. You're awesome. And God bless you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Dan Wolfanger from NetQube, NetQube CEO. Prayerfully, you captured his spirit. I captured his spirit a long time ago. Now I captured the comp plan. Thank you so much, Queen. We'll obviously be talking a lot more about NetQube going forward. And with that being said, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. Let's get you to Digi, my gosh, millionaire status. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.